So what's going on, sunshine? How Miss Hollywood? Why we waiting for the people to come on?
Well, the sun then it's shined and it's been a beautiful day in California.
Oh shucks. I knew you was gonna hit me with that. That's why I don't like you now. I'm gonna tell them don't give your ass no more Zaza and no more payment. No more tell your doctors don't give her nothing.
They're not gonna listen to you.
How your head feeling?
It's feeling great, wonderful.
You sound better.
Yeah, I feel a whole lot better. I'm telling you.
See, your ass had me nervous. I was ready to go scratch you. I said, I ain't see her in a day. She ain't call me. She know. I was like, well, oh, I was going on my way to fly to California, girl. You just don't know. I have to make sure my girl is good. Are you good? You
I'm
good?
good. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
I'm just waiting for some of the people we know to pop up in here because I want to ask some questions. Hey, Precious. I ain't gonna, this is the last one for tonight, right? Because I know a lot of stuff, because Pastor P is on tonight, so we're gonna watch that tomorrow. You know, hopefully she'll turn. We got a lot of stuff to cover. And I know Nature Nut, so we got a lot of stuff to cover. So I had to catch up. We're gonna give it one more minute. One more minute.
Oh, is this invite?
Hey, Spice. Hey, love to be me. That's right. Love to be yourself. Now, here we go. Now I got this from DOD. And then I'm gonna do the full interview. I'm tired. I'm sick of these men now. I'm sick of them. Sick of them. All right, let's catch it. This is the part from DOD. Then I'm gonna play the whole video.
Now, this is a brother that's reviewing a woman's critique of another brother who was talking about Black women and single motherhood. Now, the woman in the picture there, that's Sansa Ray, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's Sansa Ray. And in this video that this brother here you see on the screen is critiquing of her, she is saying that she runs a group on Facebook for single mothers who are divorced.
That's beautiful.
Sansa Ray has never been married. Sansa Ray has 2 children. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Wow.
But Sansa Ray has a girl, a girl and a boy.
But that doesn't mean you can't create it. That doesn't mean you can't create a
daughter,
group.
I think, is over 18 years of age now.
That's
her
beautiful.
son in this video here, she said he was 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Sansa Ray has never been married.
Ed,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
it doesn't
But
matter.
in this video that you guys are about to watch is saying how a Black woman who's a single mother can still be a great mother,
Mm-hmm.
and that a man would be happy to be with a woman like her because she's a great mother. Okay, but what does that have to do with you being a great wife or a great girlfriend?
You gotta be a mother first.
I want you guys to check out. I believe this is Sansa Ray.
You gotta be a mother
I
first.
haven't seen Sansa Ray in a while. I haven't subscribed to her channel, nothing like that.
I don't.
Ever
yeah.
since that, her faking her death.
Oh,
ever
Lord.
since then,
Oh Lord.
I forgot all about Sansa Ray.
Oh
But that's
Lord.
who that looks like. Sansa Ray. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe this is not Sansa Ray, but it's damn sure looks like her. So, guys, check out what she has to say in this video here.
It doesn't always mean that we're bad parents.
Interesting contradiction, because earlier, I don't know if y'all remember, just maybe a minute ago, she just said that women don't want men that are dusties. If that is the case, why did you allow yourself to get pregnant and give the greatest gift you can give to a man to a quote unquote dusty? That is a complete contradiction.
No, I hate when people. First of all, y'all may act like y'all didn't never skeet. Maybe not have been you. Maybe you knew how to bag it up. But people, they were skeeting up and stuff. Women get knocked is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. And it's a shame that people go, it's like you think you're going after the mother, but you're really going after the innocent kids. It doesn't matter how the child got here, but when you talk about the mother who gave birth to these kids, you're really going after the kids because you're making them question, why was I born? Daddy is not here. And now because of this, all this, don't date women with kids. So now because of me, my mama's lonely. She'll never be happy again. I won't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what these kids be thinking as y'all go on, when y'all go on against the mother. I don't even think that's nobody's business really, but you know, boss lady, we got to talk about this. What you think?
I think that you are hitting it right on the nail because the simple fact is, the man had to have something to do with the woman getting pregnant. She didn't have immaculate conception. Some man somewhere is responsible for standing up for his child. So why is it always the woman's responsibility to represent the child? Where's the man's responsibility in the conception the birth and the raising of the child. Let's get there.
That's just other ways to hold women back, because if a woman has a baby, the baby has a father. So you're trying to say is that they can go on with their life, but we're tainted. We're tainted. But like I said, y'all think y'all the things y'all say kids hear.
Mm-hmm.
They hear, they watch these things. So the younger the kids are, the same way a kid could think, well, my daddy left me, maybe my daddy didn't love me, and all this other stuff. We don't know. But I'm not loved. Or you making a kid feel like they should not be loved. Or they are a burden to their parent just because they were born. Like, damn. You do, boy. I mean, people don't know how I feel when a child start getting older and they start doing them and skeet, 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 skeet. What they don't understand is, who wants to see their mother left alone in the house alone? To the point the kid's gonna be finding their mama. I've seen it too many times. The kids start saying, listen, Ma, you gotta go out. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Because that's a sad ass feeling to watch your mother lonely every night. And the kid, and it's because she had a kid. So now that kid doesn't understand that, listen, it took the mother and father to make me. I didn't make myself. The point is, the mother had you, and then now y'all casting the baby mothers off. Y'all casting them off. And then talking about raising other men's kids and all that other stuff. When kids just want to be loved. Yeah, I don't have to make a big old fight about, well, we they ain't being stepfather. That's the other man's kid. Come on, all these kids needed some love. You don't want to deal with them. You don't want to deal with them. But when them same kids get older, I see it happen. Nothing new under the sun. But I really let this go on.
Of the argument that was earlier, and I'm just gonna break this down in terms of the contradictions, because they're women just explain in circles sometimes in these videos, and they generally don't even have a clue what they're talking about. But let's continue the video.
Friend and wife is a different role from mother. It's two different things. So if I'm a shitty girlfriend, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be a bad mother. If I'm a good wife, it doesn't mean that I would be a good mother. It's two different things.
Exactly.
Now, here's what I try to get men to understand. There are two types of single mothers in this world. There are high-end single mothers, and there are ghetto, low-energy baby mamas. You need to be able to know the difference. If you are choosing single mothers today and you continuously keep having negative experiences with these women, it's because of these women's character, not the fact that they have children. Their children have nothing to do with what kind of woman that they are. You would think the children would create a better, outcome for women. Like, they would be better because we have to be more responsible. We have to do the damn thing, especially if we're alone. So we got to go out there and do what we're supposed to do. We can't be messing around. So you would think being a mother would change some of these women who have bad characters. But I'm here to inform you fellas, that's not the case at all.
All right, let's get into it. Reason number one, most time they raise some badass kids. All right, most of them kids got bad habits. They bad in school. They got bad grades. They ain't never gonna be done.
Number one, my son.
First of all, what she said was absolutely right. Absolutely right. And then you can't, unless you are with your kids, you can't call nobody else kids badass kids when you ain't seen your own. Your kid is just as bad. You may think your kid is good because I'm not going to say a weekend daddy doesn't mean that you only see them on the weekend. Well, a weekend daddy that means you pick up your kids, you spend time with your kids, and then you take them home. But in reality, you never really truly learn the real kid. The mother knows who the kid really is. Because the kid is so happy to be with you, he ain't going to show you he a badass. So unless you highly involved with your own kids some badasses too. because you're not in the household neither. Go ahead, boss lady. So I'm sick of this.
All right, now check this out.
Oh.
We not gonna pretend like kids don't want their mother to have a relationship. Now they know, some kids are, oh, ain't nobody gonna be with my mama, da 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 da. But in reality, they want you to be happy, and they want you to not be sitting up there feeling like they're the reason why. Because kids will have that feeling that, oh, my mama ain't never been happy since she had me. I'm the reason why my mama don't have no man. That's not a good feeling.
Exactly, boss lady. Go ahead, girl.
So we need to stop with this blame of whose kids is the bad, and I'm not gonna be over here taking care of your kid, but I'm laying up in your bed. Come on now, we gonna have to do something. You don't want to be a stepdaddy, and you don't want to take care of your kids, and then you don't want her to be responsible and take care of them. So who's taking care of the kids? Why are you getting sex? And why do you want to be with a woman?
And to me, I don't think that lady said anything wrong.
I don't either. That was spot on.
Spot. And I'm like this. The minute you come talking about mine, I'm going to definitely find out about yours. That's how that go. That's how that go. I don't give a fuck. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. They got me heated, YouTube, though. I don't give a freak. I don't give a freak or frack where they live at. I'm going around the world. I want to because I want to see your badass. The minute you talk about my camera, I'm going to start talking about yours.
I never really believed in calling kids bad.
Exactly. But some kids are disrespectful. But when you be around a kid a lot and you show them love, they will open up to you. It's just that they don't want to get, if their father left them or their mother and father got divorced or they separated, they don't open themselves up to new people. Hey, Brian Bush family, they don't open themselves up to, getting their heart broke again. So they don't know if mommy new boyfriend going to stay or what. So why should they open up? Why would they listen to you? They're not going to do that, because why should they when you gonna leave, when you might leave too? Hey, JT. Welcome. Shoot, I would date and marry a lady if she did or didn't have kids. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, but me and boss lady, we tired of this shit. I'm tired. I ain't got nothing to do with the parents. I'm tired of y'all saying that, not knowing it affects the kids. Why you have badass kids? No, you're a badass role model. And that's why them kids ain't fucking respect you. Look at your ass. Look at you. Look at him.
Man is almost 3, and he says,
Look at him.
Kids, all right? Most of them kids.
Look at you. Look at you. You don't even know how to talk. That's why they some badass kids. You don't even talk like a man. You talk like you gonna come up in. A lot of men come up in there thinking they're gonna rule. Like if you get used to mommy by yourself and you think you're gonna come up there and be the man of the house and rule the house and think when you say jump, these kids gonna jump. No, they not until you earn their trust. Until you earn their trust.
I gotta tell you a story, and this is a true story. Back when I was about maybe in 2003. And I had a house, and I was talking to this guy. He's a young guy. And one time, him and one of his friends came over, and my kids were in their room in the back. I had a big house, and kids was in the back, and
Hey, Miss Rod.
we sitting at the table talking and whatnot. My son came in to get something to drink or whatever and went back to his room. As he's going down the hall, he starts screaming and banging and yelling. And I'm like, what's happening? I get up, I look down the hall. He's about 16. I said, boy, what's wrong with you? I'm not gonna have no Sierra IP in my house wearing all that color.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it didn't even dawn on me. And I looked at my friend's homeboy, and he did have on all BLUE. And I mean, he was going, oh, I don't care what. I had to grab that boy out the sky. He was jumping so high. You better calm down. So you can't tell me that it don't, what happens and how people treat your mother or even the environment don't affect them, because it does.
Yeah, and then with all of these videos, which I'm gonna show another one, you're making these kids feel not wanted.
Exactly.
Nope, my father don't want me, and then now these men don't even know me, but don't want me neither. You know, and like, people don't understand the damage.
Mama, wait a minute, they don't want my mama either.
Oh no, they can't get my mom. They can't get my mama because of me.
Mm-hmm.
Until that kid grew up to be something. People like, somebody said, oh, you always use Shaquille O'Neal or somebody else as an example. Yes, I can use them as an example much as I want, because it's the truth. It's a lot of stepdads that with these entertainers, they were good stepdads, and when them kids grew up to be something, that's just like that new boy who play on in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, when he went to first go meet Will Smith with his mother, guess who got all the glory? His stepfather. His father wasn't around, so it was the mother and the stepfather that's in the limelight. And that boy, like maybe 16, 17 years old, that little young boy his stepfather got the benefits. So it's according to how you are as a person, because if God put you in this child's life and you mold this child good, and I'm not talking about being an enforcer, because that doesn't work on your own kids neither. It doesn't work on your own kids, so how is it going to work on somebody else's kids? You may think that you're an enforcer because, oh, they don't play with, no, that's because they're young. When they get a little bit older, they're going to show you something. When they get a little bit older and you realize, damn, I beat their butt, I stayed on their case, but yeah, I've seen it too many times. Their kids grow up to be in trouble, fighting, doing this and doing that. So beating and all that stuff don't solve problem. It doesn't solve a problem at all. It just teaches them how to act in front of you. But once they are away from you,
amen for that. Amen, amen, amen.
That's it. But we're gonna watch the whole video though. He didn't show the whole thing.
Got bad habits. They bad in school. They got bad grades. They ain't never gonna be done.
Number one, my son is almost 3, and he says, please, thank you, excuse me, and I'm sorry. Okay, at 3. So it's about who this woman is and what she teaches her children. Like I said, just because a woman is single doesn't mean she doesn't know how to parent or discipline her children. Some women got it confused. Some women think spankings discipline their children. Some women have so many different ways that they try to control their kids. If they don't know how to control their kids, there's definitely something going on with them. They don't know how to manage anything. So yeah, look at a woman and decipher whether or not she can take care of her children. That lets you know what kind of woman she is and whether you can deal with her or not.
As a counter argument to that, I would argue that he was speaking in generalities, in which we normally do. Women like to think of the one case where it works, okay? So a lot of women will go out and they'll chase the bad boy in their 20s and get pregnant by the bad boy and then want the nice guy in the 30s to save their lives. And to justify this action, they'll say, look at Sierra, she did it. The one case in which it worked.
What? How, what?
What?
First of all, this is the poor man's podcast, right? Number one, we didn't ask you to fucking save us or our damn children, okay? I don't know where y'all get that from. A woman just want to be a woman. A woman just want to mate. A woman just want to mate. It ain't got nothing to do with. First of all, Ciara didn't need saving. Ciara had her own money. And if talking about y'all always make it seem like they want the bad. No, y'all turned out to be the bad guys. Everybody who do these videos, y'all are the bad guys. Ciara didn't ask to get saved. She got her own money. Her own money.
And
So
first of all,
he
she
saved her. He saved her
Future,
for what?
man. Yeah, she tried to. Future, he ain't all that.
Yeah. So they and then they call him all type of cornballs to call him this and call him that. But you can call him what you want to call him. First of all, I feel like this: if you man enough to call somebody, especially a football player, right, who take hits as a living, if you man enough to call them say it in their face.
Right.
Everybody talk about Russell, but ain't nobody stepping to him. Because he been hut 1, hut 2, hut 3. hut. And slam your ass on the floor somewhere. Shit. You better stop it. But then they praise Future. And I'm like, what? Nobody can't just fall in love no more. People gonna do what they want to do with God. But where do y'all get saved? First of all, what made you think the guys we had were bad guys? Cause y'all must got that deep feeling in y'all that y'all butt hurt. Y'all still butt hurt because y'all wasn't like the main attraction, and y'all assume that women, y'all know women did choose them. Some women, but women chose you guys too. Y'all people chose you guys also. Y'all just didn't want the girls who chose y'all because y'all wanted the bad itches. Y'all didn't want, as you say, how y'all men say, y'all didn't want we didn't want the boring guy. Y'all didn't want the boring girl neither. So what's your point? Y'all didn't, it was girls that was looking at you too, but no, y'all wanted the girls with the rah-rah, shish-boom-bah, and remember, y'all wanted the perfect bodies and the perfect this, and y'all didn't get them girls, but the other girls who was really liking you, you discard them. So now, y'all think that because a woman have kids and we effed our lives up, so we want a man to save us. That's the dumbest shit ever. You want to save? We grown. What are you saving us from? What are you saving us from? We gotta take care of our kids regardless, rather you there or you not there, rather you're a good parent or a bad parent. We still gotta take care of our kids. What are you saving us from? Y'all never mentioned that, but maybe he gonna mention it. Let's let it go.
And this is what she's doing in this situation. She's like, okay, look at my son. My son says please and thank you, so that's not a problem. But we're saying statistically speaking, okay, if you have a single mother and she has a child, the child is at risk the child just more than likely will not graduate. Well, I won't say more than likely. The child is more likely than a child with two-parent household to not graduate from college, to go to jail, to go to prison, to abandon his children. He's more likely to be abusive. he's more likely to be physically violent. All right, if it's a boy, of course. For women, they're more likely to get pregnant early.
Hold up. I gotta rewind that. I'm mistaken what he's saying.
He's saying if you're a single parent,
Uh-huh.
kids are more likely to do all the and do not all these things because they didn't have a 2-parent household.
Again, you didn't want to be stepdaddy, so what you worried about it for?
No.
If y'all not dating women with kids, why you worrying about it for? And number 2, the preachers and the teachers' kids are the worst kids ever. You didn't know? A preacher and a teacher got the worst kids ever. You got a lot of, I done seen too many see, people think when you say two family a household that damn, they got Pastor P on now. Ain't that some shit? They think that the father is like going to be a real father, and the mother is going to be the greatest. No, they still get what I'm saying is that just because you have a 2-parent household, that doesn't mean your kid is going to come out any better than the other kid. Because what y'all seem to forget is that kids don't tell their parents everything. Who you think they rolling with in school? Who you think they rolling with in school? The kids who ain't got no damn parents.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the one? Do you know how many 2-parent households? They kids be hiding the drugs here and hide the drugs there. These are kids with 2-parent households. They was out there smoking with JoJo. You ain't know. And they come in the house, oh, mom, or dad, I'm tired. Because they want to sleep their high off and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They want to sleep their high off. So, your kids, and how I know, I work with kids. I see how they do it. They sneak off. They become friends. They find stuff in common.
Mm-hmm.
And these are 2-parent household kids. Okay. You know how many times I had to tell these parents, and yes, your child too. You looking at this one, your child too. Something about they clutch their pearls when I said that. Clutch their pearls.
They're less likely to finish high school, just like the men. So it does come with a lot of cons, all right? And that's just generally speaking, that's across the board. And that's what you have to look at. You can't look at individual situations and try to find the unicorn. Let's continue the video.
It is very much a determining factor how a woman takes care of her kids, okay? Pay attention to that, all right? But for the most part, if you're dealing with a decent woman, she hasn't just suddenly thrown parenting out the window simply because the man isn't around. I've taken child development classes as well as parenting classes. I took them in high school and in college, and I encourage women to take them all of the time. For the record, I have a group for single moms on
Where's
Facebook.
this
It's
coming
called Black
from?
Single Moms Will Give You Life. And in there, I get a lot of information about moms. And let me tell you, there are good moms in there. I know a ton of good moms. And for the most part, most of those single mothers have been divorced. I do want to continue to keep saying that because a lot of people keep thinking that single mothers never got married or we are promiscuous or something like that. No, most of those women are divorced, and these men have abandoned their children now that they have found another woman to be involved with. Okay, that's
all right. Sheesh.
Now,
I was playing the both of them at the same time. Sorry, guys. Now let's get back to. We're gonna go straight to him, right? And if y'all women have something to say, this is the time to say it. We need to have these discussions. Damn it. And I'm like, why y'all speaking to women that y'all don't want to date? Why? because you want more to follow you and listen to what you have to say. Shit, them stepdaddies, they love the fact that they get their little Father's Day card and they Father's Day gift. And I mean, a lot of stepfathers, even when they go through, a lot of them go through stuff with their stepkids. The same way like your baby boy. Look how we look at baby boy. Tyrese was all mad and that man stood his ground. But the minute Tyrese got in trouble, who took that pum pum from him? He said, "I got this," and hit it.
At his back. One of them homeboys.
Exactly. But he couldn't stand that man. But the thing is, that man, he stayed there. He didn't let Tyrese scare him off. So then he knew that he can trust him. And when his ass got in trouble at the end of that damn movie, that man, I got it. He took the paper towel, the towel, wrapped it up, poop, it was gone. Gone.
All right, the way I'm gonna get to my goal is to give me the HBO special. Do you know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special. All right, so to help a brother out, like, subscribe, for more content. I'm gonna give you a second to do that.
Okay. So I'm not sitting here trying to dog these guys out. You know, they're great in their own way, and they are for a specific type of man who wants to basically have control over women. A lot of men want control over women, and there are women out there that you just can't control. You know why? Because they don't want to be your slave. You know what I mean? They're human beings. They're not interested in you controlling them. Okay. So those are the women I'm going to try to get you to attract. Now, of course, I'm a new single mom. I have a 3-year-old. So, of course, I'm going to have some say in this clip right here.
Gentlemen, top 2 reasons why you don't date single mothers.
Now, I've made my own clips about single mothers, and I had a lot of people mad at me about a single mother clip I made on TikTok telling women, hey, it's your responsibility to teach your sons how to respect women. And if your sons are grown and they're out here disrespecting women and not taking care of their kids, I want to know what you did as a single mother that has them out here thinking that type of crap is okay. Women with grown sons, your son's behavior is a reflection of you as a mother. Did you enable him? What were you teaching him that has him out here disrespecting women and abandoning his children? Now he gave.
See, but that is with the, and I'm not going to go for long. Okay. That is with the assumption that most men who aren't in their children's lives is because they don't want to. Okay. And I would argue that most men are not in their kids' lives because their mothers, the kids' mothers, have a resentment issue that the man didn't commit to the mother. A lot of times we see women, they believe that if they have a man's child, that means that man's going to commit to them. Even though that man expresses that he wants nothing to, he doesn't want her to have the child, she'll continue to have the child anyway because she wants that man to take care of her for the rest of her life. Turns out he doesn't want anything to do with the woman, and so and out of resentment, she makes sure that he doesn't get to see his children. That's a lot of the times the issue, but let's continue the video.
I have 2 reasons why you shouldn't date single mothers. And let me just say both of them are bullshit. Okay. If you're dealing with the right woman, a woman who has a good character didn't just suddenly stop having a good character when she had children. We don't become incompetent simply because we dated a Dusty who decided to abandon us with children. We may have made a mistake because this Dusty may have been fronting or something, or we may have just banked on a dude's potential. But for the most part, even if we've made a poor choice in man, it doesn't always mean that we're bad parents.
Interesting contradiction, because earlier, I don't know if y'all remember, just maybe a minute ago, she just said that women don't want men that are Dusties. If that is the case, why did you allow yourself to get pregnant and give the greatest gift you could give to a man to a quote-unquote Dusty? That is a complete contradiction of the argument that was earlier.
What you say, boss lady?
He had the nerve to say you allowed yourself to get pregnant.
Hey, truly, baby.
Like,
cause I'm truly.
He didn't have anything to do with her getting pregnant.
And how you know he was a Dusty? My thing is that because something don't work out, how do you know you're dusty? Why do some of y'all think that y'all better than every other man? How
Yeah,
did
and
you know he was a dusty?
why are we supposed to assume that he was a Dusty when we started or married him or whatnot? We supposed to assume every man's a Dust? I don't know where they get their logic from.
No, but some of them, I don't know what these men who speak, I don't know what makes them think that women go around getting pregnant by Dusty. You don't know he was a Dusty. And when they really young, especially you get pregnant between like 16 to 20, you don't know they Dusties. Hey, BLD.
Hey,
What's
sisters,
up, bro?
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, first of all, Sugar Love, thanks for having me up. Boss Lady, how you doing tonight?
I'm great.
All right, good. Let me speak. You guys know who Sansaray is?
No.
No, but you can
And
talk.
right, and I'm not going to be for long. I just want to get some clarification going on so you ladies can understand what's going on here.
Okay.
The woman that you see in the car there that he's critiquing, her name is Sansaray.
Okay.
Sansaray is the same woman who a couple of years ago, faked her own death here on YouTube. Sansaray is the same woman that has an 18-year-old or older daughter. I know she's over 18 now, and she has a 3-year-old son. Both by Dusties. And the reason why I say they're Dusties is because she has said that they're Dusties.
Okay.
Now, and I did a video on this one here earlier myself. Now I'm finding out through people that follow me over on my channel that she is now talking divestment as well. So this is a woman who has an adult daughter and a 3-year-old son by two Dusties. By her own admission, they were Dusties. This woman took her 3-year-old son, father, she took from another woman, got pregnant by the dude. They lived in a van for like several months. They lived in a van until they got a hotel room or whatever. That's where she's staying, and that's why she's doing this interview in her car right now, because she stayed in hotel room, extended stays. So what she does, this is Sansaray. So what Sansaray does is she goes out in her car to do her live streams. So I just want you ladies to understand who this woman is. This is Sansaray. And if you don't believe me, go over and check her channel out.
Yeah, I used to see stuff about her, but I haven't for a while.
Right. But after she faked her death, she kind of laid low for a while. And then she came back. But at first I looked at it, I said, well, this can't be Sansaray. But it is.
When I saw a video about that, and then I said, well, let me go and see. They said she died, but I couldn't find nothing on it.
Right. Right. She faked her death. Because what it was back then, it was around the holidays. And she was making videos talking about how she was in an extended stay hotel and how her son didn't have things for Christmas. So she faked her death so that people can donate to her Christmas fund, to her, the Patreon, not the Patreon, but the GoFundMe. To donate to her GoFundMe so that she can get presents for her son. And then a few months after that, she came back.
From death?
Right. She faked her own death. And then she came back on the YouTube talking about how, look it up. And then she came back on the YouTube talking about how it was everybody else that was at fault, that she wasn't really dead, and that she never really say that she was dead. It was other people saying it, but it was her. Look Sansaray up and look up like fake death or fake suicide or something like that, and you see her pop up.
Okay.
So ladies, I just came up to give you guys a little history on Sansaray.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate
Now,
that.
another thing in this, yeah, and in this video as well, my sister, she's talking about how, and I don't know if you got to that part yet, but she's talking about how she started a Facebook group for divorced Black women. This sister has never been married. She has 2 baby fathers, and she's never been married. But yet she's going to talk about how she started a Facebook group for divorced mothers, and that the brothers shouldn't look down on single mothers, because not all single mothers are ratchet. Some single mothers are just divorced, and she's never been married. This woman here is a straight scammer.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
But look it up. Don't take my word for it, ladies. Look
Oh
it up for
no,
yourself.
no! I'm gonna take your word.
But anyway, let's came up here to let you guys know that again. Sugar Love, thanks for having me up. You guys are having a great show tonight. I'm watching from the clouds, but I just had to come up here when you guys said that about how we know that he's a Dusty.
Dad,
Yeah.
I thought I was talking all this time trying to figure out why that didn't answer me, because I don't mute myself again, right? So all that, I'm not going to, damn, I hate when I do that. This video is really not about her, but I will look her up. This video is about the men not wanting to date single mothers.
Right.
Okay.
I get it. I get it. But her name is spelled SONCREA. Something like that. Sansere. Look her up. SON, yeah. SC.
She was, but everybody's harassed. They said Tommy Dodemeyer. I know. So, but like I said, this video is not, I'm going to show a couple of other videos. The video is not necessarily about her. It's about men. It's about men. And before you leave, it's about men dating single women with kids. How do you feel about that? Before you go ahead off.
It really depends on the man, to be honest with you. My second wife, she had a daughter when we married, but she was 17. I probably wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. I probably wouldn't have married her if the daughter was like a baby or younger. Teens, anything. I probably wouldn't have, because that's a whole issue when it comes to, the baby's father. But actually, me and her father, we were real cool. But normally you have situations like that where you get into a situation with these women. You can't discipline the child. You can't say nothing to the child. You got to deal with the baby father and all of that. So I get it. So
but I think that I was doing the Kevin Samuels, and I'm gonna only agree for so much. But my thing is this. I forgot what my thing was. But either way, this is my thing. My thing is, you know what? That's okay. That's fine. But I just think that, like I was saying, I don't have no problem with Kevin Samuels, because his men are on code. They're asking for what they want. This is what we want. This is what we don't want. Women got to get on code too. And the answer is not to diversify. If I know I done made up my own word, but it sounds good to me. But that's no. So we don't need to date men with kids neither. So
a lot of women with children won't date dudes with kids. It's weird. I've seen videos just yesterday where a sister said she wasn't going to date a brother with children, and she had 4 children.
No, I'm not talking about that dumbness. I saw that. That's dumbness. I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm talking about the way the men is putting it. Y'all being that y'all the reachers, y'all just led me into saying, you know what? Well, at my age, any man that I would be with, his kids should be around the same age as mine, grown. Grown. So just like you said, they grown. So I can date a man who had kids because of my age, because I know his kids will be grown. But if he got kids, it still wouldn't matter. I'll still be around the kids, because kids always grew up with either a good stepfather or a bad stepfather. But either way, a lot of them grew up with stepfathers, and not too many grew up with their real dads. But you know what? We gotta start. We gotta start getting with the program, women. We gotta start getting with the program and say what our wants and needs are too. And I'm
Well,
talking.
I think women do that.
No, they don't. Look what they
Yes,
sell.
y'all
Well,
do. Y'all want, y'all want,
when we say
y'all
our
want,
wants, when we
No.
say our wants and needs, they say we gold diggers.
y'all,
No.
y'all want a brother. Y'all want a brother that's over 6 feet tall. He has to make $100K.
Well,
He has
okay,
to drive this type of car. He has to have this type of house.
that's
He has
not.
to be fed. That's women. When y'all do that all the time.
Hold on, bro. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about for these deadbeat moms and stuff. They have to get what I'm talking about for the ones that ain't doing nothing for themselves. Now, as far as part two of what you were saying, if men want perfect bodies and stuff, then hey, we can say we want a tall guy. And I'm saying we got the right to say that too. The same
I
way
agree.
you got the right to say this one is fat or this one way too much. So I think you weigh too much too. When you lose, I'll see you later. Because what's good for the goose is good for the damn gander. That's just how it is. So if this is what attracts you, well, I'm gonna get what attracts me and what I'm looking for. I don't see nothing wrong with it both ways.
Right, but you've seen Kevin Samuel's show, and you've seen a lot of women come up there way overweight, talking about he needs to accept me the way I am, but she don't want to accept him unless he has money, unless he has a certain position in life, unless he has a certain home or a certain car.
Now,
That's what they're talking about.
I see them, but I see a lot of other videos too, and they don't forget. You got a lot of them that come on a. He's, his I Spy people. They or the ones who leave comments. It's always, oh, but she fat. Stop eating. But you know what? That's okay, because if you are not chiseled and stuff the way I want you to be, you better stop eating. Stop overstuffing your mouth. See, like I said, it's gonna go both ways.
I agree.
Hey, Real TV, come on in up here if you want to.
But you can't say I'm overweight, accept me the way I am, but I want you to be chiseled, and I want you to make $100K, and I want you to do this one. So I can sit in the house all day and not work.
That's not what I'm saying. But again, the men who figure they are quote unquote high value men, hey Tracy, and they fat stubby minds because they think their pocket is big, that women gonna automatically accept them. So no, we want your ass chiseled too. All that money you make, you so high value, go get your high value gym.
Right, I agree.
I don't like to. Me, I'm the type of person. First of all, I don't really look external. I look internal. And my thing is that, baby, if you overweight, we're gonna do this together. That's how I think the family, they stuck together. If that's your husband, so we're gonna walk this park together, or we're gonna change our meals together. Then the woman will start cooking stuff that he doesn't like because it's really good for him. If you know what I mean, when stuff good for you, you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Not calling her a bad cook. Start taking salt out of stuff. Make sure your sugar is good or whatever. But nobody wants to do it together anymore. They want you to be already done.
Right.
So being that you want things already done, then I think both should have it the way they want it. You can have the pretty model that you're looking for, that you want on your arm, and I need a tall, dark, and handsome, or tall, light, and handsome that I can put on my chisel, so I can put on my. If that's what we come to now, if this is what the world come to now, because a lot of people is beautiful. And then when a woman lose weight on her own, or a man lose weight on their own, is now all of a sudden you know me. Like that's crazy. See, even back from slavery to now, it was always about us, the family. It was never about me. So to see that so much now, especially from people in my age bracket, I'm like, it's like it baffles me. I'm like, weight is something you can lose. You know what I'm saying? You can lose that. And a lot of people who lost weight look great. They're like, oh, so they're really beautiful. But people want that microwave stuff. They want it already done. And I don't care if you're fat as a woman or man. I just don't think that should. I'm like, they know they fat already. You ain't gotta throw that in their face. They about to call fat all their life, or they went to something to get them fat, huh?
Right, but you can't be a fat woman or a fat man and ask for somebody to be chiseled.
Correct.
And then say,
Correct.
oh,
Correct.
and then say, oh, you got to love me for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now.
No, you are absolutely correct. That part is terribly wrong. I can't dispute that at all. You can't be wrong. You can't be looking like Oompa Loompa and then tell a homeboy, well, you better look like this and you better look like that. Shit, if you don't get out of my face.
And vice versa.
Ninja,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because I'm for the people. I like to keep it level. I'm not for men. I'm not for women because I have a daughter and a son. So I can't be anti anything. I can't be anti. But I just don't like when the man sit up there and talk about, oh, what the next man kid is. And say, okay, so, and I ain't mad at you. It's okay. So if you got kids, women don't mess with men who got kids. How about that? So then when people get together, they get married, like, I was ready to call him Christopher, like Kevin Samuels said, then neither one of y'all will have kids and y'all can get married and start a family. There's nothing wrong with that neither.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. So, and then the ones who got kids, you got kids, I got kids, and then it leaves them to date each other. But I wouldn't do videos about it. I'm like, well, damn. But now I'm gonna do my own videos. Don't date men with kids. Okay, KS do that thin thing. And this is Kevin Samuels. He doesn't understand because he already crossed over. But for some reason, Kevin Samuels thinks that everybody know him. But a lot of people, last time I put up on my channel, they be like, "Who's that?" Everybody don't know you, okay? As that you think they do. But he better watch the way the universe works. You have to watch what you say because you're gonna fall. That's how it is for everybody. You high up now and everybody calling you the Godfather. I don't say Godfather because I don't play with my God. So you are the Godfather. And I can't understand a bunch of men. I'm like, that's such a turnoff. Like you wasn't a man before you heard this man speak. Now it's like, whoo. Now you got somebody to speak for you. Didn't know how to speak for yourself.
Like the light bulb came on. Huh?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, that is so to me. I'm like, then you was never a man. So man.
Yeah, how did you not know how you wanted a woman to be and what woman you want to pick? He's saying all this stuff about women that are negative. So what do you guys have to pick from of a woman? What kind of woman are you guys supposed to go after? Because he says the women that are under 40 are gold diggers, and the ones that are under that have kids, and the one over that is over the hill. So
no, we washed up. We washed up like so. The guy, I'm like, no. When you're in your 35, I said, first of all, I'm still living. What are you talking about? Well, hold up. You till the day you pass away. We got our own group of people who we hang on, people our age. So when you hang with people your age, how you got us buried? And you got us buried all, not just the women, talking about the men too. Because the one guy said, and I wanted you to see that video. He said that the older men made it bad for the younger men. I want you to see what he had to say. If you get any free time, not tonight though. When you get some free time, and tell me what you think about that, because you are an older man. But They ruin it for the younger men. But I have been rejected for having children. If you are confident, I've never been rejected because maybe my kids are I don't know if people deal with my kids anyway. So maybe they didn't have because no, his father they got a father and their father's gonna take care of them. He's gonna take care of them. So but I think whatever floats whoever boat, whatever works for you works for you. That's why I
Right,
didn't
I agree.
huh?
I agree with that. Whatever floats your boat, whatever you like, whatever whatever you can find. And I don't want to say you're settling anything like that, but you can find someone that meets your criteria and they're yours, or yours is theirs. Hey, go for it, right?
Exactly. Because some men, it's just sometimes I'm not a man, but I've seen it. It just be something special about that child that you fall in love with that child and don't mind. You know how many shows on YouTube that they were stepfathers, and then the kids themselves, like it was like their birthday or Valentine's Day, they went down and got the adoption papers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then they surprised the stepfather with it. Them shows are beautiful. Like, and then that man cried. So every man I have seen so far cried so much. So some of these stepfathers, just like I was saying earlier, you got the boy for the Fresh Prince, right? The one who's playing in the new show. When he got a chance to meet Will Smith, who came along? Stepdaddy.
Stepdad.
With Shaq here, people get tired when you say Shaq, but Shaq is one of many. He's just more famous, but there's plenty of more. But Shaq got rich. That man ain't who didn't want for nothing. Stepdaddy. Most of the entertainment business is all predominantly stepfathers because they fathers left. So them stepfathers wasn't there. They was there, so now they're getting rewarded. You got to be careful what you say now. Got to be careful.
I guess I was lucky because I grew up with my mother and father. So when I came onto YouTube, all of this stepfathers and single mothers and all that stuff, that shit was foreign to me because I'm just not used to it. I guess we just came from a different generation.
Yeah, but some people's parents passed away, like my dad passed
Oh
away.
yeah, that's different if you pass away. I'm talking about just,
But they don't care if the parent passed away. And their mind is, I'm not raising another man's kid.
Well, yeah, a lot of men feel that way. Like I said, I probably wouldn't have done it because of all of the hassle, that come along with it. But like I said, her daughter was 17. She was about to graduate high school in another year, move out and go to college and all that old stuff like that. So I didn't mind doing that. But if she was 8, 9, 10, I probably wouldn't have.
But like I said, I hate to go for women because I like when men, because men speak, their truth too. Because sometimes women just think it's just them. It's good to know that it's men also. So that's why I like for men to come up on the show. Because I like to hear stuff. Because this is something that's gonna.
So what do you think about when?
I want what you call it. Hey, Tracy Gibson. Real talk. If you want to come up. I put the link in. Real woman, if you're still here. Real talk. Oh my God, real woman.
Real Talk TV.
Real Talk TV. If you want to come on up. I put the link in. Okay. Tracy Gibson said, KS cut off my call in. He has nothing of value to teach anyone. His views are biased. He can't. Exactly. Hopefully he don't think that people could see right through him. But that's his money maker. And if people was tired of it, then they'll stop calling him. That's like constantly somebody's asking you, how tall are you? Well, how much do you weigh? Well, then what's your dress size? You know, I mean, like the same damn question, and people answer it too, like a bunch of food.
Did you guys were you guys aware of Kevin Samuels way before he blew up like this?
When he was a rah, Shishku, rah, he was with that damn cheerleader.
Well, I don't mean that far back, but here on
Oh.
YouTube, he
Oh, when he
used
did
to
the
go.
men.
Yeah, he was part of the Manosphere, and there was a brother named Obsidian that talked about dress size. So he got that from Obsidian. Yeah, Obsidian was the one that was asking black women about how much they weigh and what their dress sizes were. But Boss Lady, you're about to say something. What was you about to ask me? You remember?
You said something about
You're low. I can't hear you,
So
sis.
we can't hear you, boss lady. No,
Real low.
Okay.
that's because you up here twice as usual.
Oh. Okay.
You know, boss lady gonna be boss lady DOT.
Yeah.
She gonna make you laugh.
I like Boss Lady though. She probably don't think I do, but I do like her.
No, believe me, B, her mouth was reckless. If she do that, for boss lady, she's the elder.
Yeah.
We can't hear nothing, boss
Can't
lady.
hear you. You're really low. Really low.
Yeah, but what I do like, regardless if I don't like it, I don't have a problem with somebody stating what they want, how they want it. But
All right. Can you hear me now?
yeah,
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no. What I was saying is Kevin Samuel said that after a certain age and at a certain number, that we should give up the fantasy of having a man or a husband. The fantasy.
No, that's not what he said.
So is it? So we're
said.
not in having capable of having a real. I don't know what
No.
he meant by that. And you're a man.
Well, let
Can
me-
you tell
let
me
me- let
why
me
he
answer
said that?
Sure. Let
Is
me
the
answer that.
fantasy is going to be over if you don't get a man by a certain age?
No, what he's saying is, and I'm not a Kevin Samuels fan whatsoever, but this is what he's saying. He's saying give up the fantasy of after a certain age and having children of finding a high quality man. That's what he's saying, because high quality men can get a younger woman with no children. That's the fantasy he says to give up, and that you're coming in with children, you're coming in overweight, you're older, and so you can give up the fantasy of finding a man who's making 100,000 plus. That's what he's saying.
bunch of bullshit. But either way, because I believe in that book, and what God said, what's for you is for you. So can't no man override what God says. When you come down to some of these high value men, everyone is different. You can't speak for all of them.
True, that's true.
There's no.
But at the same time though, sugar, check this out. But at the same time, well, why these women that are calling in? Why they don't have one then?
Listen, I don't know why they behave, but they don't know how to get one. That's why. Because a lot of times you don't get them because you scared to leave your block. You got to go to where they at. Hello.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's the reason why they don't have one.
That's why they don't have one. They're not going, like, if you live in New York, okay, the rich men work on Wall Street. I'm going to stay around Wall Street. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm going to be cool with the people who work in these bars, be cool with them. They don't know how to do the game. Where these people come and sit, then how you doing? How's your day? Yeah, they don't know how to do that. But the point is, when Kevin says it, you can't speak. You don't know if some of these high value men, you don't know if they are widowed.
Right.
You don't know, you don't know if you come, you don't know what your presence is going to bring into somebody else's life. And it might not be a younger person that's going to fulfill every high value man. The way they make it sound like a young president's going to. No, you don't know that.
Well, like in my case, Sugar Love, I only want women between the age of 50 and 60. So I know more than likely if they have children, their children are grown.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to deal, I don't have to deal with the children's part of it.
Right.
But
That's what I said.
Right. So when you talk about a high value man couldn't want a woman in his age group. That's quite possible. But I know a lot, like he's saying, I'm thinking when he's saying these high value, I'm thinking they're in their late 30s, early 40s. And those type of men don't want a woman in their age group. They want a younger woman, especially if they're talking about starting family. Then you're gonna want somewhere in the mid 20s to 30 to start families with.
Yeah, but that's good too. But if a high value man already has his children and his children are adults and he doesn't want any more children, yeah, I'm sure he would, Yeah. It happens a lot. Make it seem like it doesn't. It happens a lot. No, sometimes some of these men, they want, when they play a song or they talk about somebody, they would like to be with a woman who know the song. They would like to know, when you mention I hear it all the time. When you mention a certain name, what? Yeah, but he was from Motown. They don't feel like learning the new language of these young kids. They're not twerking. You're out, you got a twerker, and like, man, my hip is out, my back is out and stuff. Girl, please. They want, what I'm saying? But I'm saying you never know. And you can't say that's only that's for a lot of people, because a lot of men, every man get old. But how do you feel about the part that when they say, because they don't say just women, they said people over 45, we are dead. Now we're not dead. I'm the one said we ain't dead. We
said that we are old, and we need to give up the fantasy of having a husband.
I'm not talking about the husband, boss lady. I'm talking about something different.
Oh,
that's right. I'm saying that we can't say nothing to the youth because we're old and washed up. How do you feel about when they come at us? I'm like, well, damn. What do you mean? I said, hold on. And then they go up and saying, well, you're old. Who the hell told you I was old? And if I was old, I'm proud to be old. I'm from the era where a lot of people didn't make it past 18, 21, and 25.
Yeah, I'm proud to be still representing my age group.
Shoot. Yeah. When they start saying that, I'm like, what? What they think us older folks be doing? Shit.
And I have an 84-year-old mom that's still here.
But how do you feel about that old and washed up part? And don't we have no?
I've spoken to brothers here on YouTube that are in their 30s, mid to late 30s, and they tell me to be quiet because they felt that my generation of men have let them down. That we, because we came from the 70s and 80s, mostly the 70s and the 80s, where the songs were about loving black women, and they call those type of brothers now simp. They feel that we should have been teaching them.
That word. I hate that word.
Yeah, but that's what they say. That's what these young people.
I hate simping, and then I also hate that other word. What's that other word I hate? Simping and not an alpha, the other one. If you're not an alpha, you're what?
Oh, beta.
Yeah, I hate them two words with a passion. The nerve of you to try to control how some people are just introverts. They're quiet and they're introverts. Only the why you're talking the way you're talking because you're an extrovert. Some introverts, they shouldn't be called a simp or a beta because, some men just want some peace in their house. And at the end of the day, when You can say what you want about their women, but we do not know what going on when doors is closed. We don't know what trick she doing to him. He's still with her. So she doing something right, but maybe he's just not, or she is not the type of person that's really like out there like that. So why they gotta be called a shrimp? Because I'm introverted. I don't want to play it. I don't really conversate. I don't argue. A lot of certain things men just don't do. They just
The reason why they call them simps nowadays is because these brothers, they'll say some brothers will take their hard-earned paycheck and they'll give it to these women just to be able to have the chance to date them. They'll open doors for them. They'll pay for, all of the dates, and then go home without the woman, and the woman goes back to her house and calls some other dude to come over and and service her. Those are all the brothers they call simp. You go out, you wine and dine, but you go home alone while she gets home.
Excuse me, but that's called a trick.
That's a trick. That's not a simp. That's a trick.
But that's the definition of what a simp is nowadays.
Now, Mr. Samuel says that the definition of a high value man is not just a man who has money. I need for him to say it, but I'm gonna do it just the best way I could. But people have to recognize you as I'm like, yo, y'all are such in a dream world. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, y'all don't even believe half of the shit y'all say, yo. But if it keep your channel going, if it keep money in your pocket, okay. That's why I do not get mad. But that doesn't mean that I can't have my own panel talking about something that's realistic. I don't care what they say. I know what I see every day. So why I gotta believe you? I gotta believe what you're saying, but this is what I see. I see these older people living their lives. They still party. They go when they get with their own age group, baby. They sit up there and have a ball. Grandmas are not the grandmas they used to be. Grandmas are not sitting home no more with a bunch of grandkids. Grandmas are looking younger. Like you're looking like a lot of people that's in their 50s and their 60s. They look really, really young for their age. Their body is good. And they go out there and have them a good time. We ain't thinking about y'all young folks. So we ain't washed up. We just doing us. And this guy's going to talk about today. I wanted to punch him in the face. Right? He talk about, well, you talking about sex. I didn't mention sex. But these are, Kevin Samuels people. So, you talk about sex. Sex is not a relationship. And all it is why you didn't marry your baby daddy. Most of these kids had them kids at 16, 17, 18, 19. Come on now. Let's be real about it.
Well, speaking of going out, I do have to leave because I am about to go out. But I did want to let you know, Sugar Love, that I did contact JT. Has he contacted you?
He popped up. I was going to bring that up. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
But do he want to do the panel or not?
Well, I told him to contact you. So I for him to let you know whether or not he wants to do it.
Oh, all right, cool. Because he sent me an email. So whenever y'all ready, even I would prefer, y'all two, because we all go back. So I know for a fact it's nothing but a respect because we all go back.
Right.
So I just may have it as y'all two because y'all already brothers. Y'all already my brothers. So we're gonna have a good time.
Oh, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
All right, Sugar Love, thanks for having me, sister, boss lady. You have a good night. Both ladies have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, Pete.
Now let's finish with this. Like I said, it's not about the lady. This is about what the man is saying.
So okay, we up here having company and stuff. Having company,
and I'm just gonna break this down in terms of the contradiction because they're women just explain in circles sometimes in these videos, and they generally don't even have a clue what they're talking about. But let's continue the video.
Friend and wife is a different role from mother. It's two different things. So if I'm a shitty girlfriend, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be a bad mother. If I'm a good wife, it doesn't mean that I would be a good mother. It's two different things. Now, here's what I try to get men to understand. There are two types of single mothers in this world. There are high-end single mothers, and there are ghetto, low-energy baby mamas. You need to be able to know the difference. If you are choosing single mothers today and you continuously keep having negative experiences with these women, it's because of these women's character, not the fact that they have children. Their children have nothing to do with what kind of woman that they are. You would think that children would create a better, outcome for women. Like they would be better because we have to be more responsible. We have to do the damn thing, especially if we're alone. So we got to go out there and do what we're supposed to do. We can't be messing around. So you would think being a mother would change some of these women who have bad characters. But I'm here to inform you fellas, that's not the case at all.
All right, let's get into it. Reason number one, most time they raise some badass kids. All right, most of them kids got bad habits. They bad in school. They got bad grades. They ain't never gonna be done.
Number one, my son is almost 3 and he says, please, thank you, excuse me, and I'm sorry. Okay, at 3. So it's about who this woman is and what she teaches her children. Like I said, just because a woman is single doesn't mean she doesn't know how to parent or discipline her children. Some women got it confused. Some women think spankings discipline their children. Some women have so many different ways that they try to control their kids. If they don't know how to control their kids, there's definitely something going on with them. They don't know how to manage anything. So yeah, look at a woman and decipher whether or not she can take care of her children. That lets you know what kind of woman she is and whether you can deal with her or not.
As a counter argument to that, I would argue that he was speaking in generalities, of which we normally do. Women like to think of the one case where it works, okay? So a lot of women will go out and they'll chase the bad boy in their 20s and get pregnant by the bad boy and then want the nice guy in the 30s to save their lives. And to justify this action, they'll say, look at Sierra, she did it. The one case in which it worked. And this is what she's doing in this situation. She's like, okay, look at my son. My son says please and thank you, so that's not a problem. But we're saying statistically speaking, okay?
Here they go with the statistic bullshit.
She has a child. The child is at risk the child just more than likely will not graduate. Well, I won't say more than likely. The child is more likely than a child with 2-parent household to not graduate from college, to go to jail, to go to prison, to abandon his children. He's more likely to be abusive. He's more likely to be physically violent. All right, if it's a boy, of course. For women, they're more likely to get pregnant early. They're less likely to finish high school, just like the men. So it does come with a lot of cons. All right, and that's just generally speaking. That's across the board, and that's what you have to look at. You can't look at individual situations and try to find the unicorn. Let's continue the video.
It is very much a determining factor how a woman takes care of her kids, okay? Pay attention to that, all right? But for the most part, if you're dealing with a decent woman, she hasn't just suddenly thrown parenting out the window simply because some man isn't around. I've taken child development classes as well as parenting classes. I took them in high school and in college, and I encourage women to take them all of the time. For the record, I have a group for single moms on Facebook. It's called Black Single Moms We Give You Life. And in there, I get a lot of information about moms. And let me tell you, there are good moms in there. I know a ton of good moms.
But I love the future. Nighty night, Miss Rod. I know you got to go to bed.
Yes, you got to be up early to get them grandchildren. And these kids are on spring break. Their kids are not on spring break yet?
No, they're young. It's like a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Many of us grew up watching The Brady Bunch, a sitcom about a blended family, but in real life, there may not be that many laughs when children are involved in second marriages.
Ken, I'm going to show you where the rubber meets the road.
A lot of blended families, Chris. I mean, it's growing every day.
And assume that you want to get behind the wheel.
There are 1,300 new blended families formed every single day.
Buddy, I got news for you. You don't want to hide a Mars bar in your sleeping.
Single mothers are the most dangerous women around.
Mad boy, she cooking, look mad beautiful. She gives you mad dome. The kid ain't that bad.
Poor life choices.
Women that made the wrong choices in life.
His dad's actually incarcerated.
Character flaws.
It's a sign of not being well-rounded.
I've not got qualifications I want in a job.
Harsh realities of being a stepfather.
It's not easy to just be a fucking stepdad.
It's so unfair, I hate you!
Building the house of cards.
Finish building a building somebody already started.
Thank you.
Your emotional roller coaster.
Get that it's going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be up and down.
I fell down a shaft, okay? I was in a shaft.
Her emotional scars.
She has been brokenhearted. She is emotionally damaged.
Is that all there is? You know?
Unfulfilling codependent relationships.
That's why relationships with single mothers are very unsatisfying.
Get that?
You get it.
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 Bottom of the list of priorities.
You'll come in behind the kids, the cat, the dog, the extracurriculars, the parent-student nights. You're like fifth or sixth.
Life goals over.
You cannot build anything with a single mother.
You've ruined my life.
Living reminders of the ex.
You got a daily reminder to do who used to just...
You gonna be simping.
One shorty off at this guy crib and then drop one shorty off at this guy crib. I look like a shit.
Can I help you with that?
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Costs.
Kids cost $250,000 to raise.
Unexpected problems.
Things just pop up out of nowhere that you never expected.
Skeletons in the closet.
She got set up by a friend of hers with a guy who just got out of prison. She got blackout drunk, got pregnant, and then got back together with her husband.
Lack of legacy.
You're taking on another man's family.
Relationship failure risk high.
Chances of that relationship lasting or going anywhere is very slim.
The divorce rate is somewhere between 66 and 70%. Even higher if you factor in those common law, up to 75%.
I want to split up.
I'm not surprised after the 5 pizzas you've just eaten.
Logistical problems.
Time is always an issue. Babysitter is always an issue.
No desire to have your children.
It's gonna be frustrating because I want some on my own.
Full price for secondhand goods.
Your market value goes from, let's say you're the 8, you're a 5.
Letting some dude just dirty dick dive you, just raw nutting up and you like, oh.
Reservation at Heartbreak Hotel.
And you're gonna end up with your heart broken in half.
Child support liability.
And you have acted as a parental figure for those children, you may be pursued for child support.
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
We're not interested in the story. We don't give a fuck about the story. Whether she makes $100,000 or she's on welfare. Most of them are on welfare or on child support. Do not stick around for the story.
Run.
Once in a while, you find a good woman that for whatever reason, they had to split up. She ended up being a single baby mama.
That was a long time ago. As far as I'm concerned, our history begins right now.
So the single mother meets a guy, you.
I'm sorry.
Consider a young man
Hi, sweetie.
date a woman who has
Mommy will be home soon.
Whether they look good,
What?
if she looks like Britney Spears,
Who hit who first?
if she looks like Kim Kardashian,
Put the twins on phone. I said put them on.
you better find out what is hidden in that closet.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little crazy, but it was really sweet.
Fuck the closet. Many of these baby mamas have a whole self-storage full of drama.
You got a chick with kids, guaranteed she's gonna have a baby daddy.
What is your father doing there?
They come before you.
Put him on the phone.
Aw.
Put him on.
They
And the
come
big
before
self-storage.
you.
You know, the big one in the back.
Now listen to me, you low-life bastard. Your alimony's late again.
And that baby daddy might be strong and violent.
You want to go back to prison?
They split with the father. Either they couldn't deal with the father's bullshit, or the father couldn't deal with the woman's bullshit.
Don't you threaten me?
Is it your place to jump in the middle of that shit?
Oh, yeah? Well, you wouldn't be so tough if you saw the guy. I was with.
You jump in the middle of the sea, you gonna look like a simp.
Tell him you'll kick his ass, Phil.
Single mothers are a disaster. They will wreck your life. There is nothing good can come out of such a relationship.
You have some other guy's child, frankly, go fuck yourselves.
Do not, under any circumstance.
I'm being so crass and mean because I want it to burn into your mind.
Don't forget, guys, if you have not hit that like, please take this time out and hit the like button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit subscribe so when we do more topics like this, you will be the first to know. And if you want to support the Coffee Fund, you can donate to the Cash App that's going across the screen. But make sure you support the channel by hitting the like. And if you want to be part of the family, hit the subscribe. Okay, I have to remind y'all, Joseph was Jesus' stepfather. Yeah, you ain't got to remind me. You're 100% right. 100% right. So make sure, like I say, y'all hit that like and y'all subscribe. And if you want to support the Coffee Fund, it's Sugarfoot820. Now let's get back to how much you know, us women, we're gonna start doing our own videos. And I wanted Lady, what's her name again? TV. Oh Lordy, I'm gonna mess up on people's name. Real Talk TV. We're gonna do our own. I'm gonna have to hit her up.
Just what damage you cause to yourself and your statistics and your probabilities of finding a real man.
Hit the brakes, mommy. Do you have children?
You know, you ever met a chick that her first kid father, they still get along, he can come to the house, he knocking on the door?
She gonna pick up the phone for him. He got access to the crib. When you're not there, come by. You can walk in the house.
She
walk
listening?
right in the house. Now, I'm in the
Okay.
house playing mad with my
Cool.
t-shirt and boxers on, my gut hanging over my stomach because it's Saturday, it's the weekend. I ain't sucking it in no more. I don't got on the waist trainer, and he walking there handsome. Hey, Josh, how's it going?
When she looking good, she gonna sideline flirt on her, sideways flirt on her. She always gonna have a soft spot for him because she gets the family with her.
You black, straight from Compton, but you doing Spanish kisses with him. His name is Rick, and he's from Miami, and he's a white guy, but y'all Spanish kissing, and then the kids still love him and stuff. Daddy, daddy, daddy.
At any given moment, she got access to her. And if she got multiple baby daddies, these are multiple men with access to your love.
No matter what she tells you, oh, it just didn't work out, but we have a great relationship with the baby daddy.
Child support from the man. They usually receive alimony if they were married to the man. This keeps that man still in the picture. This is why I say that single mothers are no man's land.
They got a bond that you and her never will have unless you have a baby girl.
Because they're still tied to their man financially, emotionally, due to the fact of them having a child.
Later on, he's going to start saying things like, you don't need to be talking to my kids. I don't want you getting involved with my kids. When in many cases, he's never involved with his kids.
That woman, he's sharing her, man.
He wants to mark his territory. He wants to dominate and show his authority in a place where he really has no authority. This is a statement to other males to not come here.
No matter how you really want to slice it, she is still attached to her baby daddy.
Especially when the baby daddy knows that you're dating his ex-girl.
I am a night rider. I'm a fuel-injected suicide machine.
This dude was stalking me. He was following me around town.
They are saving me, man!
On the trains, on the buses, coming to my job. I mean, I had to let the police know. It was a fucking mess, dude. And the pussy wasn't even good.
Now you fighting this arguing with this over this chick when you don't even know the whole extent. You just in the middle of this.
If he's a deadbeat type, you're lucky. Because if he's the deadbeat type, he's not coming around. He's not picking up the kids. He's not going to interfere in your relationship whatsoever.
This guy's going to pop up like a horror character in a horror movie after the final scene.
Here's Johnny.
I thought we were still in prison. Oh, he's not lost the looks.
Who?
Don't look. It's my ex. He's an animal. He will eat you alive. What are you doing?
Doing a run.
Don't run. He'll outpace you. Sit down. Don't sit down. I'll view it as a sign of weakness.
What am I meant to do?
But the only way you're going to get through this, Christopher, you need to out-alpha him. Man up. Right? Long time no see. I thought you were still...
No, a couple of years now, you know. Ray,
Lenny.
you smashing that then, are you?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm smashing that all over the fucking shop. You smashing?
Oh yeah. He's a good lad, Janine. I like him.
Yeah. Well, I like you and all. You big cunt.
But if he's not the deadbeat type, he is going to come around. He's going to interfere in the relationship. And depending on how the relationship is between your girl and him, he may fuck around and fuck her on the low, and you don't know about it.
Being a stepdad is like being the backup singer for Cypress Hill. Like, I'm a hype man. I can yell. I just got to wait for her to yell. Then I can yell behind her. That's how that works. No solo projects. It never works. I got to back her up. Like, take your food to the table. Take it to the table, yeah! Like, that's me.
He starts crying. You're not my real dad. I wish I was your real father. That way I could disappear in a puff of smoke, never to be seen again.
Damn.
But instead, I'm stuck here taking you to soccer.
Damn.
What the fuck did this happen to me?
What's enough bloody ice cream? Oh, come on, Kevin. You've eaten 5 tubs on your own this evening, remember?
So unfair. I hate you.
You need to take care of this kid, watch this kid, to spend money on this kid, do all the things that a father needs to do. But you can't discipline this kid.
Kevin, don't speak to your mum and I like that.
I didn't say anything.
He will be coddled and soothed by his mother and grow up without any kind of discipline. You're going to be on the hook for any fuck up that the kid does. He crashes a car, you're going to pay. He breaks the law, you're going to have to put up the bond. Knocks up his girlfriend, money for the abortion, that's on you.
Wow.
Don't worry, darling.
That's not on you.
It only lasts for 4 or 5 years.
You may not want to have no kids if you got kids already. I'm not bringing no kids to the table. It's gonna be it's gonna be frustrating because I want some on my own.
She should be focused on her kids. She should not be focused on penis.
Single mothers are the most dangerous women around. A little bit like shysters, like con men.
Not even as a fuck buddy.
Don't get in a relationship thinking that you just gonna bang the mama out and spend all this time and waste all these years with her.
No. MILFs are not for you, buddy.
Pass the question around to the panel. Why men date single mothers?
In the words of the great Richard Cooper, I believe that single moms are the best fuck demons.
Look at that.
Tom Likas calls this the lost leader. Okay, meaning that it's sort of bait and switch. Like the woman is really hot and really into the honeymoon period of between a month to 3 months. She's just giving you the hottest sex that you could possibly get, and then it's like,
I love spending time with you. I hope we're moving forward. I mean, we should probably talk about that, don't you think?
And he was a fool. Why he left this Superfly bitch? Then she got a fat butt. She cooking, look mad beautiful. She gives you mad dome. The kid ain't that bad. That's what I thought in the beginning. But then later on, once they got you locked down, once like 6 months go by, a year goes by, you start seeing who that true person is.
A few inches later.
I'm pregnant.
Already?
I'm not ready to be no father right now.
Oh, so you man enough to come up in me, but you ain't man enough to take care of what comes out, get my nails done, get my hair done, pay my rent, and get me a new car?
That once you have a kid with a man, one way or another, she could get rid of him or keep him, but she getting paid. She getting paid from the state or she getting paid from him. She getting paid.
I was in a long-term relationship for 4 years, and my ex-partner didn't want to have the baby, so we split, and he has nothing to do with her. So I find myself on my own affected by benefit cap because I already have 2 children.
They have questionable judgment skills. You talk to single moms that have been divorced, you'll hear all kinds of stories from them about why they got married, the children, why they made all these decisions and choices. And after a while, you'll start to ask yourself, that's pretty questionable. And I don't see you taking a lot of ownership on whatever it was that you contributed to that.
All the guys I date turn out to be the worst. But how do I find a good guy when I'm busy being a single mom?
So Whitney, what kind of guys do you typically date?
Oh gosh, Kristen, I have a really long history of dating immature bad boys.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, I could have gotten with the good guys, the ones that were going to college and doing what they wanted to do. But instead, I got with the bad boys on the street. And now it's just kind of too late because all the guys that are my age are taken, all the good ones. And all the guys that are the bad ones, they're just out there acting like they're 20, 30 years old.
Emily, I want plums.
Strike?
I had to have her. I couldn't. But obviously I'd not got into a relationship.
Let's get this understood. Men, let's get this understood. Bag it up. Number 2, to some women, they feel like an abortion, an AB, is murder. They gotta have that on their conscience. Some women, they keep having these babies, regardless of how you put it. So you can't say get rid of it. You ain't got, you know how many women still have nightmares over that child that they decided to AB? What is, y'all not in a woman's body. It's just not, it's, you know what? It's the same feeling that you're gonna have if somebody tell you to go get snipped. The first thing you're gonna say is, I'm not going to get snipped. I'm not snipping my balls. When it comes down to, wait till we talk about this tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit earlier or later, I don't know. But wait till we talk about this tomorrow, because we're going to talk about why we shouldn't have kids from them. But at the end of the day, you can get snipped if you don't want no kids. Go get yourself snipped. But you feel like that's going to make you don't feel manly anymore. Well, some women feel that if they get that AB and God forbid they can't meet no man and time tick, they can't get another baby back. But God gave them the chance then. Well, since it's now all these AB laws, it's really about to be a lot more single mothers. You know, a single mother, there's a single mother gotta, now we stop saying that we dating, and we keep putting out there we ain't dating men with kids. Things will change. Things will change. You ain't got, cause baby mama drama. See, these men are assuming what can happen, but they have no idea what baby mama drama is. They don't have the girlfriend and the baby, all the fighting, and I mean physical fighting and everything that go with it. But like I said, I want to have this talk tomorrow. I want to do a panel tomorrow. So make sure y'all here in Square tomorrow. Make sure y'all are subscribed. Hit the bell so you know when we live. But I'm probably gonna do this like around 10 o'clock.
I had not got qualifications I want in a job.
All right, I've had enough of your. Be like, I really love her. You know, let me bond with the kid and stuff like that. You gotta have a very strong emotional attachment to that child, because at the end of the day, you didn't make that child. That child looks nothing like this dude.
There's no playbook for a stepdad. Nobody plans step parenthood. You know, I was never like a little kid, like, oh, I hope I get to raise some kids someday that some other guy made. That'll be nice, you know.
But they'll never call me. They never call me stepdaddy. Shit, they don't even call me Mr. Josh. They just call me him.
You'll feel affection for one another, but the kid isn't going to respect you.
I can't cook, I can't clean, I can't do nothing.
You don't matter. You'll never matter as much as the children to them.
If you don't love me like your mama loved me, I don't know if I'm able and I'm strong enough to be there to accept the mean or harsh realities of being a stepfather or a step-parent.
Okay,
the step-parent get dealt the worst hand.
When her protective instincts kick in, she's just going to view you as the enemy.
I was just trying to show some initiative, like pick those Legos up and go to your room. She was right there. Don't you yell at those kids. It's like, okay.
Those protective instincts do not kick in if you are the biological father of the children.
This fondness, you will confuse it with being the father, but see, you're not the father. You're not the father. And therefore, because you are not the father, you do not have any of the rights of a father.
They're not intentionally trying to do this, but even your presence in that relationship, you're pissing on the flame of reconciliation between the two parents.
If you get into a relationship with a woman that does not have a child, you establish yourself in that relationship as the man of that relationship long before a child even comes into the fucking picture.
About
now
10.
You can build a building properly.
Yeah, about 10.
Instead of coming along and trying to finish building a building somebody already started.
Access would be from Dibbingley Road.
It could be about 10 o'clock at night, or we could do it in the morning. But I know a lot of people be at work. So we could do it at 10 o'clock at night, or maybe 12, 1 or 2 o'clock in the daytime. So whichever's good for y'all, the morning or the evening, because I'm going to be on regardless. Because some days I'm on fire, baby. I'm on all day, and some days I take a 2 or 3 day vacation. I take a VKK. God did. So what's better for y'all, the morning or the evening? What's better? Let me know.
You gotta figure out where the fucking plans are at.
The dividing walls on each floor section are fixed with recessed magnesium flange group.
You gotta figure out what architect was designing it.
By avoiding wood and timber derivatives and all other inflammables, we've almost totally removed the risk of...
You gotta figure out all of these fucked up things.
Thank you.
Maybe they were right about me. My God, maybe I am cracking up.
Get that it's going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be up and down. You and her are great. You and her are kids. Ooh, you and her are great. Her and her kids. Holy shit, that happened. And that will happen time and time again.
It is going to cause you mental issues. It is going to cause you all types of stress.
She's gonna give you hell. The shit that those guys did to her, her baby daddies, her exes, how they used and abused her and cheated on her. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna put that shit right onto you. Argument comes up and she's gonna explode.
They get to arguing with their baby daddy and all that, and then they spill over to the job relationship. She's mad at him, so she's gonna act all funny.
Now your wife's in pain. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel bad. I love her. I try to tell her that, but I can't seem to make her happy. I don't know what her problem is.
It's going to cause you so much pain and discomfort.
He was 2 hours late, and he didn't even call.
I was late for dinner because I'm a fireman, okay? There was a fire. I was fighting a fire. I fell down a shaft, okay? I was in a shaft.
She is a single mother. She has been brokenhearted. She is emotionally damaged. She got this wall built.
Go ahead, Matt Tow.
She's happy. She got it all together. But deep down, she's sitting at home lonely as hell.
I want you to describe the pain that Ken has caused you.
Many baby mamas also have emotional scars from previous relationships. You don't want to end up cuckolded, tied up on a chair, watching her bang like 3 dudes because this bitch is a freak.
Maybe this single mother is this perfect woman. Maybe she's a grade A bitch. Maybe she is scarred and damaged irretrievably by her ex with whom she had the kid. Maybe she's just a fucking nightmare. She's just putting on a facade so that you fall for her. Then she can be the fucking nightmare that her ex left behind because she was a fucking nightmare.
She started to shake.
I feel unloved
Starting to shimmy. She's starting to shimmy.
and unpretty.
Starting to, What is she starting to do? Striker, what is she starting to do?
Shudder.
She's starting to shudder. She's starting to shudder.
Like I'm just, going through the motions of being a wife and a mother. How bad is it, sir?
It's not good, but at least she's not beginning to crack up.
Is that all there is?
She's beginning to crack up.
You're bringing extra baggage into the relationship that the man is not.
And in a codependent relationship, where one partner is working towards meeting all the goals of another partner, putting their lives as more of a priority than their own. And that leads to a very unsatisfying relationship. And that's why relationships with single mothers are very unsatisfying.
She better give some super dome. She better cook extra good because she got to make up for that.
Get with a single mother, bruv, you're always going to play second fiddle to that child.
How do you even make time to meet people or date?
It's nearly impossible. I not only am a single mom, but I work full time. And any free time I have is really just spent on my kids.
Well, my child comes first? Yeah, good. As it should. It should. Your child should come first. We don't play second fiddle. Bye.
You'll never be a priority. You'll come in behind the kids, the cat, the dog, the extracurriculars, the parent-student nights. You're like fifth or sixth. She's emotionally unavailable. A lot of energy and resources, even in married couples where they have the children together, is eaten up with the mother spending time with the kids. They think the world is going to revolve around her and her kids.
The kid is the most important part of the equation.
Especially if you are a well-to-do man, you got your shit going on, you're working, you're trying to build your business, you're trying to get right. You should be fucking looking for a girl that is single, without kids, just like yourself.
Any man who's out here looking to build anything, you cannot build anything with a single mother.
Being a parent is very, very draining. It takes up a lot of your energy, a lot of your money, a lot of your bandwidth.
You cannot be the man that you need to be if you're over here trying to be a janitor or a garbage man cleaning up some woman's mess.
It's serious. They're going to want me to start doing things for those kids, right? Come over and make pancakes. Then we can go to the zoo. Get the fuck out of here. I have been pulling out and wearing condoms for 15 years so I don't have to make pancakes and go to the zoo.
When you have a relationship with someone, you're looking for someone who's going to be a helpmeet and a support to you. A woman who is a single mother cannot help you or support you in any way. In fact, she is the one in desperate need of help and support. That undermines your authority as a leader and the head of the family.
You can only have so much energy in your day. You're kind of like a video game where it's like a full bar at the start of the day and certain things chip away at it. Got to get groceries, got to drop the kids off, got to cook dinner, got to clean up, something breaks, got to do an errand, And by the end of the day, that energy level starts to come down and it's gone.
I don't want to have to look every day when I wake up in the morning to see your kid and be reminded that another dude was here. He might as well wrote Brooks was here on your pizza.
It's going to be hard. And as a single mother, how you going to be in love with this man, but every time you look at your child, he looks just like your baby father? Get out of here. Your man's playing tricks on you.
And then she has a son. The son grows up to look just like that dude. You got a daily reminder, the dude who used to just... That's what you got? I don't want to see that. I don't want to know about his Shawshank Redemption.
The idea of being with a woman who's had a kid with another man is just intolerable to me. I find it viscerally disgusting.
How about a nice, greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray?
Can I help you with that?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. My lady is in distress, and I'm here to rescue her.
Thanks. They say chivalry's dead, but I think you're making a pretty strong case for its revival.
Well, I'm always ready to help a beautiful lady. I help the ugly ones as well, but I definitely say you're in the former camp.
I'm sorry that I was late for dinner, but I want to make it up to you. I've got us tickets. Luxury tickets on a cruise to the Bahamas. The Bahama. The Bahama.
You just don't get it, do you? You just don't get it.
I'm gonna be there for her because I never had no dad in my life, so I can't leave. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're a simp. You're bailing out this woman for her mistakes. You want to bail her out.
This may also apply when someone is a step-parent for a relatively short time. So if you are living with someone, for example, and your common-law spouse has children, and you have acted as a parental figure for those children, you may be pursued for child support. This may not seem fair.
To seriously date a woman with kids, and you're not going to have to sacrifice for those kids. That's a package deal you've got yourself into, and you don't want that. I don't want that.
You got 2 kids? Chill.
I can sue you.
What? You can sue me?
Yeah.
You know who I would like to sue? Everybody that works in the hospital that you were born at.
99% of the baby mamas you meet are broke. Do you want to bring on a broke woman into your life with a broke kid, and you're taking responsibility for all this shit for a little pussy? Oh, hell no.
It's all kinds of costs, but no benefit whatsoever. None for you, at least.
I have a child with this woman. I'm taking care of 3 people, and she is not as nice as what she was before.
If you bring another man's child into this world, that's his problem. That's a huge liability. Kids cost $250,000 to raise.
God forbid the child support or the welfare check is late. Guess who they're asking for money? You.
No, you're trolling me now, right? You're shitting me, right?
This is
No, seriously. You're like reading a synopsis of a Mexican soap opera from hell. She was married for 2 to 3 years. She's separated from her husband. She got set up by a friend of hers with a guy who just got out of prison. She got blackout drunk, got pregnant, and then got back together with her husband.
In a year's time that you're dating a baby mama, you're gonna start realizing things just pop up out of nowhere that you never expected.
Problems that you will not foresee coming. As soon as that shit hits you in the face, you be like, what the fuck is this shit? I promise you.
If you're a guy that understands the concept of patriarchy and legacy, you should definitely stay clear of dating a single mother.
It's 100% investment with 0% ROI.
If you date a single mother and you have no kids yourself, you need to understand you're taking on another man's family, another man's responsibility.
At least with my own daughter, what I invest in her, I get something back. I'm invested in my own lineage. You don't get anything back investing in some other man's children.
So if she left a guy capriciously, what does that tell you? That she's going to leave you at some time. Yeah, maybe she'll find somebody better.
Stand it anymore. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
If you're dating somebody with kids, the chances of that relationship lasting or going anywhere is very slim. It's very slim for a bunch of reasons. One, it's the second time round. So they've already been through an exit and they know how to get out, and it's a lot easier for them to make the decision, move on. You're not the child's parents. Very easy for her to walk away and take them away from you.
Divorce rates are also much worse. The divorce rate is somewhere between 66 and 70%. Even higher if you factor in those common law, up to 75%. 70%, 7 out of 10, won't succeed in their marriage.
You're going to end up with double, triple, quadruple the heartbreak.
If you hang out with her enough times, you're gonna fall in love with her, and then you're gonna end up with your heart, broken in half.
It was probably one of the most painful breakups that I had ever had, simply because after you spend a few years with this woman and her children, you tend to develop a relationship with the kids. And all of a sudden, one day, the relationship goes away, and so do the children, and your bond with those boys, and you lose out on that.
When she goes, they go too. You'll never see them again.
You see, those children, the same reverence they show you, they'll show it to the next man. It doesn't matter to them who's in the position. Children are young, they have simple minds, they have fickle attention spans. So as much as they profess that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, when you're out of the picture and the next man moves in, he'll be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you'll be a distant memory, literally a distant memory. All of the great things that you imputed into them will be pushed to the side. And they could possibly end up doing the total opposite of all of those things that you taught them because the next man teaches them that. What you have to understand is you are an expendable utility to a woman and her children. Because see, the woman who has children, her emotional attachment to you can be pulled away from you and dumped into her children. So she has a backup plan, an emotional backup plan with her children.
All right,
so whatever she feels, whatever negative emotional energy she gets from the breakup, she can just pour herself into her children, pour herself into being a mother, and funnel that out really quickly. You, on the other hand, don't have that luxury. The children are still with her, like they were when you met her. She's gone, the children are gone. Now, all of these emotions that you've allowed yourself to tap into and share with them are gone. They're useless. Now you're standing here with a big ball of emotions here that you don't know what to do with, and you don't have anyone to share them with.
Had corporate jobs, had their own houses, to single mothers who was broke living with their moms. The time is always an issue. Babysitters is always an issue.
You're paying for it one way or another. With time, with energy, having to wait until it's late night to smash, having a date canceled because she couldn't find a babysitter.
You can't say, man, let's just go out. You can't do nothing spontaneous. Everything got to be planned.
She had some badass kids who was trying to have sex. Her kids kept knocking at the door, clawing. They would put their fingers under the door. I'm like, I can't even get in a good rhythm to stroke your mom. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this?
If you think a serious relationship can grow from seeing somebody once a week or once every 2 or 3 weeks, it's not going to happen.
All you have to do is go on any dating app, see single moms in there. They think they're a 10 when they're like a 6.
Give a deduction would I give if she had some other guy's child? Not in terms of physical beauty. There could be very pretty hot moms. I'm not saying from a sexual standpoint. I'm saying from a commitment standpoint. Your market value goes from, let's say you're the 8, you're a 5, you're quite average.
She knows she is at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to what men want.
Are 3 really big challenges that Jeff faced. Number one, if you are the step parent, what's your role going to be? I mean, how are you defined to the children? What are you going to be, disciplinarian, just a supporter for the biological parent? What's your role going to be? That's a big thing. Number 2, you're going to face resentment because these kids, before you got there, the bio parent, undivided loyalty. They had their undivided attention. And here comes the new parent, the step parent. They are competing for attention. And so there is often resentment towards that person coming from the outside. And then there gets to be this conflict, number 3, about whether or not you're going to discipline the way that the other parent wants to discipline the step parent. This can create a lot of conflict between the husband and the wife with the kids right in the middle.
You know you're in the wrong and you won't admit it.
Me wrong?
Yes.
You name the date when you say I said I'd get it. See? You can't, can you? And why not? Because you're a filthy, stinking, bloody liar.
And that's why those marriages, they really don't have a great prediction in terms of how they're going to work out. A lot of remarriages and blended families don't work out.
Man, it is a mess, man. It is a mess. I wish more and more of the women would see how messy this shit is.
You think she actually wants you? No. She rejected y'all simp asses between her ages of 16, 18, all the way to 28, 29, 30. But she wants somebody to settle down with her and save the day. That's why she's choosing the simps. That's why she's choosing you guys. She really don't want you guys, but she wants somebody to be a father figure to her children, and she wants that security. And the bad boys she was fucking with all through her cock carousel years, they don't want her.
The only men that should be dating single mothers is guys that have children themselves, because you two are equally yoked.
One of the most frustrating things that you will ever encounter in your life.
And you don't want to end up like 10, 20 years from now, a cuckold dealing with this bitch.
That woman ain't completely yours.
I promise you that if I had it to do all over again, I would never date a single mother.
Only losers with low self-esteem, losers that are stupid, date single mothers.
I wouldn't do it for all the money in the world.
Or try to chase them, trying to make efforts to please them, and trying to make efforts to be not like the child's father, not understanding that they're heading right down the same road that the child's father was on.
Shouldn't date single women with kids, especially if she has more than one.
Don't even waste your time with her. Just leave her alone.
Don't get involved with a woman who has kids. Don't get involved with a woman who has kids.
Do not date women with children.
Never date a single mother. Ever. Never date a single mother, period.
Do not fucking date a single mother. Period.
Do not date a single mother ever. No
Damn.
exceptions.
That's some hard shit.
Single woman. I ain't taking responsibility for no broke baby mamas and their broke children and their broke for JJ ever again.
Damn.
You know what? It was great seeing you, Alessandra. You look fantastic. Green color. Maybe I'll see you after you.
There are some single mothers that are single mothers because of divorce, single mothers because their relationship just did not work. But there are more single mothers that are the result of one-night stands, dysfunctional relationships, and bullshit. So the average guy out here, he can be like, okay, let me roll the dice. Come on, Red. Come on, Red. But why roll the dice? Why gamble with your life? You are gambling with your life.
Any single moms out there? I mean, is there any sort of responsibility on yourself? Do you ever sit down and just be like, wow, I, no pun intended, really fucked myself over here? I'm of that opinion that that's how you grow in life. You can't blame other people's for your failure like Peyton Manning does every goddamn Sunday he loses. He has protection issues. I know, it has to be unbelievably fucking difficult, but at the end of the day, you're the one who laid on your back and took a hot one. So for all you ladies, yeah, don't do that. And I know what you're saying. Well, some of these guys, they just blow it off. They become deadbeat dads. They'd rather go to fucking jail anyways. Then you married a fucking loser. You understand that? You married a fucking loser.
Woo! Woo, that was a lot. That was a lot, baby. That was a lot. Now, hopefully we get a nice panel going on tomorrow that states why don't date men with children. Don't date men with children. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Because it's okay. It's all right. But I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to take my butt to bed. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. So when I go live, you'll get an alert when I'm live. Depending on the subject that I'm doing, you can come on in. Thank you all. Peace out and good night.